Hello, everybody, and welcome to Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess. I am your hostess, Miss Craft Princess, and I am delighted that you decided to spend a little time with me. Whether you are watching us live on Facebook or through StreamYard on Lightcast at the Creative Spirit Channel.lightcast.com, I'm just glad that you're here. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And to those of you like me who are missing our moms because they're in heaven, just know that I've been praying for you all day as I've been praying for myself. Tonight, we have a super cute card, but let me tell you about Craft and Chat. And while I do that, I'm going to work on this light that has stopped working. So, Craft and Chat is where I'm here in my studio, just resetting my mind for the week ahead. That's why I picked 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, because this is the time of evening where we're like, oh no, the weekend's almost over. And we get a little sad about that because no matter how fabulous your job is, nobody wants the weekend to be over, right? So, okay, now my light's working. So, I decided to invite you into my studio so that we could just kind of hang out. I'm crafting and you're chatting with me in the comments. So, these are my social media handles. I'm at Miss Craft Princess everywhere. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And MsCraftprincessDesigns.com is my website where you can find a lot of the pretty things that I make. So I am a handcrafted stationery and custom gift designer. I specialize in greeting cards for all occasions, but I also make a lot of cute gift items. I have a laser engraving cutting machine and do a lot with that. So you can go to my website and check it out. So I don't know what is going on with this light, but we're going to keep it moving. Let's look into our goodie box. Okay. Last week when we were together, I told you that I had been using these little bits here that I used to make shaker cards and hadn't made them for a while. So I said, maybe we'll make a shaker card. So that's what we're going to do. So we have, I have this 3D embossing folder, which y'all have seen me use before. And I just slipped a piece of paper in that. I ran it through my electronic die cutting machine. Since it's 3D, it's such a really thick one. And to tell you the truth, I haven't been able to use my manual one to make it work. And this is what we did. Isn't that pretty? So we're back in the lemon theme again. Let me just say that. And so that's what that is. So we have that, my little sparkle pen that I'm never without. We have these two dies, and I've already taped them together. And you'll see what we're going to do with those. We have a piece of cardstock, and we have a piece of acetate. Okay. Now I tell you all the time that Miss Craft Princess has all the things in her workshop. So I actually have like a box of these sheets. I just cut them down to size, but you could use packaging that has acetate in it. So we have that. We have this a card base. Need a card base for a card, right? We have these that I have already cut out, but I'm going to do one with you. I just wanted to conserve time. And so that's why those are taped like that. And look at this beautiful lemon paper. Can we just stop and look at that? Isn't that gorgeous? Yep, got that. And then we have like a coordinating piece, just like a check to go along with that. And that's just some extra. And then this is my embossing buddy. And although we're not embossing tonight, you'll see what we're going to do with that. So that is what's in the goodie box for tonight. Okay. So what we're going to do, so with a shaker card, oftentimes you use foam you'll see people using foam. I don't have foam strips. And you know, I'm all about using what I have, right? And so I didn't learn how to make shaker cards using foam strips. Let me raise that up some. So I learned how to do it with paper. So that's what I really still do. And I'll show you that in a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of cardstock. We're going to lay it down here. And y'all have seen, oh girl, I need to name her, don't I? And then that die set that I have taped together. And then we're going to get the top plate and we're going to run it through. I like it when I can come in and say hi and then take my face off and let you concentrate on my hands and what I'm making. But to tell you the truth, tonight, I couldn't get my phone to go in landscape. It wanted to stay in portrait. When I put it in landscape, everything was sideways. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's just that kind of day. It's been that kind of day, but we're going to press on anyway. Okay. So I have this extra and I've been cutting some more out. So I have all these extra pieces. They're beautiful. They're die cuts. And I am not going to get rid of these because these are going to make cards. Not tonight, but these are going to be cards. I just know it. So we can take this little piece and throw it away. And that was the last piece. I need to pop that out, don't I? That was the last piece that is going to go on this. But before we deal with that, let us take this apart now. And I have to cut 2 pieces. So I can take that apart. And you know, I really, Miss Craft Princess usually doesn't use tape, but I needed these to be in the right spot, if you will. So we're going to take that tape off. And now, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, I'll come back to it. I got ahead of myself. We're going to take this beautiful lemon piece and we're going to cut it out with the big piece. Just find the piece that I want in there. We're going to use that. I just love that paper. It is so pretty. So pretty. So we're just going to always take it back a second time just to, I don't know, make sure. Now look at that. Isn't that pretty? That is. So we're going to pop that over there. Dump that. And this piece of acetate that we have, I need to cut it with this too. So we'll put that over there. Ooh, you hear it popping? See if that was enough to get that. I think we'll run that through there one more time. So I shouldn't have to force it. With all that popping and stuff, that should have been it. But we're going to make the most adorable shaker card tonight. So there we go. Now that pops right on out of there. Almost. Let's see. Well, that's because we're live, but we can make that work. We just take some scissors and trim it. That's it. That was the only thing we were missing. So that's the acetate. We'll put it over to the side. Get rid of that. And we have one more piece that we needed to cut. before I took those apart. So we are going to just position it like this and pray that we get it right, because it's really important that it lines up. And actually, I'm going to show you. Take my hand off of it. So what I'm doing is, if I line these points up, then I should hit it right in the right spot. Okay. So without even taping it. And then this will be the last cutting that we'll have to do for tonight. Okay, again, that's a piece that'll be used on another card for another day. And we'll move that, put that in the trash. And then I can test and make sure that that lines up. And that does. See how that lines up perfectly with the piece that we just cut? So, yay, I love it when a plan comes together. Put that over to the side. Let's move, old girl. Okay. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this piece that is lemon, the lemon slices from that embossing folder. And we're going to put it down. And then we're going to take this beautiful lemon paper and we're going to put it down right in the center. So we're going to get some glue and see if it's going to work, or if yep, there it is. It's working. I did not have to coax it. Good deal. Because if it's going to act up, it's going to act up while I'm live. Okay. So we're going to take that pretty paper and we're going to glue it down in the center. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is take this and I'm just going to go ahead and adhere it to the card base. I'll do that right now. Just put some glue on it. And take the card base and we will put it down. Okay. So far, are you with me, right? Let's go down a little bit. Okay. So, make sure I had that straight. Oops. Hold on. I was looking at it and it didn't look straight. Okay. This thing is just vexing me tonight, but it's going to work out. Okay. So, remember I told you, so this is about, I think this was about 7 pieces. And now it's acting up. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay. This is about 7 pieces that I cut just like this and I glued it together. Now, some people you'll see, they will use foam tape and they'll go around and they have to make sure that it's sealed because you don't want to put your shaker bits in and it fall out. I didn't learn that way. I don't have the foam for that. I learned to do it with paper, and I have a lot of white paper. This is cardstock. I keep saying paper, but don't think typing paper. It's cardstock. And when I put it all together, it is pretty thick. Okay. So it's pretty built up. So what I'm going to do now is glue that down like that. Okay. So we're just going to use some glue because you don't want your shaker bits to fall out. You don't want to give somebody a shaker card and they start shaking it and the bits fall out. Because I'm using the shaker pieces that they're a little bit bigger, I had to make sure that I had it this high enough, especially since I don't have foam tape, because the foam tape gives it some lift. And because I don't have that, that's why I'm using the paper. So I'm going to hold this up and let you see. See how thick that is? Let's see if I can do it this way. You can see how thick that's coming up off the page, right? Okay, so we took this acetate, and I told you that I had this embossing buddy. We're not embossing, but what I'm going to do is take it and run it over this acetate. And the reason I'm doing that is because those shaker bits will stick to this acetate. And again, you don't want to give somebody a card and they're trying to shake it and the bits are sticking. That would not be good. Okay. We want a loosely flowing shaker card. So I am going to lay this down just to make sure that it is right. And it is. Okay, that's right. But we can't put it over there yet. Got to put shaker bits in. So I have several different shaker. I told y'all Miss Craft Princess got stuff, right? So we are going to take some of these. They're called cup sequins. And I have had them a very long time. So, but they don't spoil. So, oops, gotta be careful with that. Make sure we don't pick up a lot of stuff with the acetate. So this is what I'm gonna do first. I am going to glue this piece to the acetate. Okay, just stay with me. It'll all make sense in the end. So we're just going to put a little glue on here. And if you're watching this and you are a card maker, I'd love to know if you make your shaker cards this way. Or if you use foam. I think most people use foam. So, but there's more than one way. I hope that's what you learned from this. There's more than one way. Okay, so now I have that piece of acetate glued on there. And remember that we cut this piece too, right? So that is going to lay right over there. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. And hope that y'all are having a good day, have had a good day. And yeah. And that your week ahead will be wonderful. So there we go. And so now we have that piece and you can see the acetate in there. Okay. So now this is what we want to test. Is that high enough? And this is the time to test it, because if it's not, I could always cut some more white pieces. So we're going to take some of these shaker bits. Get that glue out of the way. And let's see if I can open them without spilling them all over the place. There we go. Okay, and since we're doing lemon theme, I knew I wanted some yellow and some green. That orange got in there. I don't want orange. I want yellow and green. And you can put as many in there as you like, or as little as you like. Is definitely a personal preference. We got some greens in there. See if I can pick up a few more yellows. And I'm doing them with my fingers. Probably should have gotten my little pickup tool, but that little pickup tool is going to pick up more than I want. Okay, that's some yellow and some green. A few more green. And then I want to put some white and some clear. So I've been using these pretty kind of like iridescent ones for a while. So I want to put a few of those in there. And screw that down. And then I want to pick up some of these white, but they even have like a little glow to them. So they're not just your plain flat white ones. And I want to put those in there. Just make it sparkle, give it some shine. Okay. So let's see. So it's got some movement there. And then if I put this on there, let me just wipe that. Well, let me get you back in camera. I'm just taking this bag and wiping it across it again. It's my anti-static bag, and you use these when you do heat embossing to keep the embossing powder from getting on parts of the paper that you don't want it to. So I learned a long time ago that I could use it on acetate, and it will keep these bits from, these shaker bits from sticking to it, because I don't want that. So I'm just kind of laying it on there like that, and then I shake it. Okay, and I've got movement. So that tells me that I have enough. Good deal. So now what I'm going to do is put some glue right along here on my acetate. And normally you'd have to be worried about glue on acetate because you'd be able to see it, right? But remember, I have 2 layers on top of it, 2 layers of paper. I have the white, and then I have this decorative piece, so you will not be able to see it. Okay, we're going to line that up. Make sure that that is where it needs to be. Let me just look. And I love using glue because you got a little wiggle room if I need to, you know, move it around a little bit. It's got a little wiggle room to it. So, oh yeah, and look at that. It's shaking freely. That's what you want. You want your bits to shake freely. And that's what, it's a shaker card. Okay, but we're not finished. Don't worry. That's not it. That's not it. So, a couple of weeks ago, I did a lemon card, and I stamped and cut some extra lemons. And they just been sitting over here on the side. And so I have them. And that's why I like to kind of do extras, because I know I'm going to use them at some point, whether I use them in that card or not. So I already have them. So let me just kind of, I want that up in the corner for right now, because I don't want it distracting me. And then what I do before I glue anything down is I kind of just lay it out to see what it looks like, to see if I like it. Okay. And I had some leaves. I did have a couple of leaves. And so we'll just kind of lay them out and see what they look like. See. Just kind of see what that looks like. I can move it around, make sure I like it. I think I like that. I think I like that a lot. I think that's my placement. That is my placement. So let me see. I need to start gluing it down, but I'm looking at the leaves. And I think for the leaves, I'm gonna, yeah, I'll just put a little glue right on that side. So I won't glue the whole thing down. I'll just put like a little glue there. And then I had that one crossing over. So I'll put a little glue right here. Just a smidge. Just a smidge, okay? And then, let's see, that one goes like that, and that one goes, okay. So then I'll take the lemon and just go down the center. Okay. There you go. So I was going down the center. I was just gluing it on the side that looks like that. I didn't try to glue it to the acetate. And then I have this piece, which is like the lemon sliced. And I'm trying to see, I think I want to put some pop dots on that. Hang on 1 second for me. I just changed my mind. And I'm back. Yeah, I think I changed my mind on that. I want, instead of gluing that down, I want to put some pop dots on it. So I'll just put a little tape here. Let's see. A little tape here. And I might put a little tape in the center just to be on the safe side. Okay. We'll move these off. And I'm going to place that right there. Okay, so let me bring it up to you thus far. That's what you got thus far, a little shaker card. But we're not finished. We're not finished. So you know I had this little marker here. I want to put a little sparkle in the lemon here because, let me bring you down a little bit. Have you ever seen a dry lemon on the inside? I have not. So we put just a little sparkle pen, and what that does is it gives it a more realistic look, like it's wet. Gives it a wet look. So that's why I like the sparkle pen. You see that? Yeah, that looks more realistic there. You can see that. Okay. And then the last thing that we're going to do is, now what's wrong with that light tonight? But it is not stopping us. What's that song? Ain't no stopping us now. Oh, don't start, Miss Craft Princess. Do not start. Okay. We are going to just put a little foam. I already took the liberty of cutting stamping and cutting a sentiment that says just for you. This, my friends, is going to be a birthday card. Okay. And the sweet message on the inside will let you know that. But just for you is just another way of saying, hey, I'm thinking of you and it's your birthday, right? So it doesn't always have to say happy birthday. I always look for different ways of saying stuff. So when you look for this card, it is going to be, you'll find it on the birthday section of my website, which is right there. So I'm just going to pop just for you right there. And that, my friends, is our card for tonight. Look at that. It's a shaker. You hear that? The bits shaking. They're rattling in there. And who would not love to get a shaker card? Look at that. Just to see those little pieces in there rattling around. Absolutely love that. And I hope you do too. This is our card for tonight. And I thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. I will be here next Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess. Until then, I hope that you have a blessed week this coming week. And remember, giving a handcrafted greeting card is like giving a hug. Bye. Be blessed.